What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Blitz and Bits. I'm your host, Ryan, or KG. I am not joined with Truman today. I'm with one of my good friends, Ashton Hicks. Ashton, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. How about you?
It's going pretty good. I'm glad I got to get you on here, bro. I've been meaning to ask you a couple questions, get you on the pod, talk about some football, talk about some things with track, all that other good stuff. But Ashton, I wanted you to introduce yourself. Share like a quick overview of how you got to where you're at. Like what was your journey from being high school to D1 to now being a sports performance coach?
All right. So I'm from an East Texas area, a small town called Carthage, about 2 hours outside of Dallas and about an hour outside of Shreveport. We had a big football culture. We eat, sleep, and breathe football over there. We have 9 state championships and counting in football as of today. As one of the best head coaches that Texas football has ever seen. I played football my freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, and then I also ran track all 4 years as well. I didn't really get into my passion with track up until about my sophomore to junior year, and that's whenever I started seeing most success. And I won a couple state championships with football and also track, and then I luckily got a scholarship opportunity for track over at Oklahoma State. That's where I was for my first 3 years of undergrad. While I was there, I got a couple All-American honors. I won the Big 12 conference. I also got a chance to go run at the Olympic trials. And then after my 3 years there, I decided to make a big decision and transfer to LSU. And that's where I spent my last 2 years of undergrad. We won national. We got fourth at nationals as a team my senior year, and I got a couple more All-American honors. Now that I've done transition into the coaching role, I'm a sports performance coach over at Traction Sports Performance, where I assist people in their athletic development and also coach people to get ready for the NFL draft.
Dude, that's so crazy to me. Like to think about you going from like first off, doing anything at a Division 1 level. I don't know for the people that are watching. Like, listen, I saw a stat. It was like, what is it? Like out of all the high schools, like when it comes down to sports, like specifically football, because we talk about football on this podcast majority of the time. It's like
Yeah.
10%. 10% of all high school football players are gonna make all high school. That's hundreds of thousands gonna make
Oh
a
yeah,
role at
for
a
sure.
D1 level. And then from D1 to the next step, that's even lower. That's 1%. Like
That's
so you're
1%
going
of the
from
1%.
500,000, 50,000. Now we're looking at 5,000. And now so that's for football. And so for track, I bet that's even more competitive because you don't have 53 people on a team in track, do you?
No. Yeah,
Like
no.
like and
They they
I
they
mean for
only
running.
Yeah, no, they only allow about 16 total scholarships for women and then also 11 total scholarship for men. Um, that's very small room to wiggle around, you know.
Yeah.
So they most definitely pick the best of the best whenever it comes out of high school. And I mean it's a little bit more tedious because our whole career comes down to a time. We all, we thrive off the numbers. That's how we get the bread and butter, that's how we get where we are. Um, so yeah, it's very competitive. It's a connections game. It's also, you talk is cheap. You gotta follow it up with action, it's a grind for sure, but it's a privilege.
For sure, bro. And also just to go over that for a second, like for our viewers, you had 5 years of college, right? And that was because of the COVID year, right? You got an extra year of eligibility. Is that correct?
Yeah. So the ending of our indoor career of 2020, that's when everything just kind of, started going up. Places started shutting down. Schools started closing, things like that. And it got to a point where we made it to the national championship indoors. And we got the notice that our season was canceled. We
Mm-hmm.
had to, most of us weren't from there. So we had to, go back home. And then we had to, go through the whole process of quarantining, being home for about 8 months, and then finally just coming back. So NCAA luckily allowed us to have an extra year for the spring sports, the spring and summer sports, so including gymnastics, basketball, softball, baseball, and also track. So yeah, it was weird, but it most definitely was a blessing to get an extra year.
That's pretty cool though. Like I like that they did that for all those athletes that might have been on their last year, and were you on your last year whenever they
No, so
canceled?
I was in my sophomore year. I was going
Okay,
into my sophomore year of college. Yeah, it was
that's
right
right.
before I turned 20. Yep.
That's right. Okay. So just another thing that I just wanted to touch on. So like early career, man, like what inspired you to go from, because like you said, Carthage is not, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you from there. But
Mhm.
Carthage to me does not seem like a track town. It does seem like a football town because done won 9 championships.
Facts, facts.
So like what made you just go, you know what, like, because I know you got a cousin, Jaden Hicks. Okay,
Yeah.
like NFL safety, gonna be an NFL draft pick, rounds
Mhm.
2 through 7. Like that's crazy. Not many people can say that. So what made you go from football to transit? In baseball too. I know you were crazy at baseball and
Yeah.
basketball. To just go, all right, I'm gonna pursue track full time. Was it just the time? Were you just like, damn, I can run this really fast?
So growing up, I always knew I was one of the faster kids, like at my age, and that's always kind of been prevalent growing up. So track started out as a hobby. I really
Mm-hmm.
got into football because my friends were doing it, and I actually had a passion for it. But track was really one of them things. We were only allowed a minimum of, or yeah, a minimum of two sports in middle school. So we had to pick another sport. I didn't play basketball until seventh grade. And so once we got up into that, I got into track, and that's how I was introduced. And then once I got to high school, it was really just a simple statement of just being known for being fast. It set me apart, and I knew I could emphasize off of that and just grow off of that. And then also I had my coaches and my supervisors in my ear talking about, look, if you put it all together, bro, you most definitely have a chance to go D1. And that was a conversation I had my freshman year after the whole season. And after that, that's whenever I really just started, creating my own path and going down the track path, and, furthering my career in that.
So now, like, you get done with track, and damn it, bro. I mean, like, you're a talented ass athlete, right?
Mhm.
You get done with track, you do well. Obviously, you don't end up where you want to be or wherever any track star wants to be, but that's one of one, right? Like that's
Right.
up there. Like you can't dog on yourself too much for that. The fact that you were even in the stage to begin with is a big enough achievement, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get done with that and just go, you know what? Like I want to take my ability elsewhere. I want to take it to sports performance coaching. Like what made you just decide to do that?
So after my whole season was over, I really had to sit down with myself and be like, where do we go from here? You could go to corporate route, start building your career in the corporate ladder, start from the ground up, or you can take your knowledge that you've learned throughout the years personally and then also in school, um, you know, help younger kids and then also professional athletes, just develop in their athletic ability. And I thought it was a great opportunity because I was already in Baton Rouge, where it's big football, big school. Everybody here is talented. There's a lot of opportunity for development, not only as an athlete but as a person.
Hmm.
So I thought that it would translate well after I've already had my 10-year tenure of just being an athlete. And I thought it would translate really well, just being able to provide a mentorship and guidance for any young athlete that's coming up, or even a professional athlete that's been doing it for years and needs a new take from a young guy, that just came out, you know. So I
Right.
just thought I would just extend my hand to all factors.
That's pretty dope. That's so cool, bro. Like
Yeah.
Ashton and I talk all the time off this, and I was telling him yesterday, dude, like it's so cool that I know someone who is so gifted, successful, and you're such a kind and humble dude, bro. Like, I mean, seriously, like there's no one else that I've ever met that has all these gifts. Like I got a cousin, love the dude, but he's arrogant. He's arrogant. He waves it around. He's cocky about it, and it's like Ashton
Yeah.
never once is like, "Hey, you know I'm faster than you, right?" Because you got to let the play speak for yourself. And so
Yeah.
that's what I love about you, bro. I appreciate that, and just keeping on the script. Like we'll go off the script later, but keeping on the script. Reflecting as your time as a D1 athlete, like what were some of the most challenging moments as a D1 athlete? And do not mention whenever you got your ankle rolled by a football during Corona. All right, that's a whole
Uh,
different story.
you know, no, that's most definitely a interesting story for later that me and Ryan can inform y'all on. But as my 5 years, like as a D1 athlete, I think the biggest challenge that I faced was just finding a way. Um, you know, like I said, I come from a small town. We really didn't have that much, information or any knowledge of how to develop a sprinter. I didn't even touch the weight room as a track athlete until I stepped foot on a university. So that going into that, I knew I was already behind. So I had to find a way to fill in that gap within that first year. And luckily enough for me, I was able to connect that. Once I got to that level, you got to learn how to keep things simple. That's probably the biggest thing that I've learned throughout my 5 years. People make this whole track business like a big thing, like, oh, I got to do something different this year. Like, I got to elevate my game. I got to do this. I got to do that. Sleep right. Obviously, those things help and they do improve, but you don't want to make that the main focus. You got to keep things happy. You got to keep things, relaxed, smooth. You don't want to get all caught up in the numbers because ultimately that's how you slow down. You know,
Right.
so it's most definitely um, the fact of just keeping it a good mental space. Uh,
I had a guy tell me, speaking on like don't get caught up in the numbers. Like I had a friend of mine tell me, he said this was some like cringy ass shit, and he was just joking, but it was one of those that like something so stupid, but you're just like, wait a minute, like that actually makes sense, and that's kind of banging. He said, "Don't be tripping over pennies where you miss the quarters," or something like that. Like don't be tripping over pennies and miss the quarters. And
yeah,
I was like, you could make that sound better, but that's kind of
it's the
kind of
same
good.
thing.
Right, right,
It's the same thing. You got to
right,
keep it simple.
right. And that's a good way to like look at it, bro. And like for those young athletes out there, bro, like just find a way, man. Like you're talking about, just find a way. Like I don't know, like everything in life, you're just trying to find a way. And so
Got to.
I really like that message, bro. I really do. So you're running track. Like, is there ever been a time, bro, where you're just sitting there and some guy's just chirping at you and you're just like, watch this, like just some like competitive, like dog moment? Have you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah. So coming up my freshman year, obviously I had a very successful indoor season, and going into outdoor, like my name started getting out there.
Mm-hmm.
This new freshman in the Big 12 from Oklahoma State, we weren't known for sprinters. We were a distance based group. That's what
Right.
we were known for. And you have this freshman coming out, getting second at conference, and then also qualifying for the national meet indoors as a freshman. So there's going to be people that take that the wrong way
Right.
and get threatened. So it's funny because I had this one guy, he was an 800-meter runner from Texas Tech, didn't even run my race, and he kept my name in his mouth. He targeted me passive aggressively multiple times at track meets. There was one time we were at Texas relays and he just made this gesture that was just kind of like, I'm better than you. And I'm just like, you got to prove it, bro. Like, I'm ranked better than you in my respective
Yeah.
race, everything
Mm-hmm.
like that. I'm really not that big of a shit talker. I do like the sport in that, but like whenever it comes down to business, like I ain't about all that talking.
Right.
And I think my results have shown prevalent that, you know, talk is cheap.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
that song that says something like "talk is cheap, motherfucker"?
Oh, I don't know.
You
I've
know what I'm
heard
talking
that
about though?
one.
You know
I
what I'm
know
talking
what you're
about?
talking about, but I
Yeah.
don't know the name of it.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
no,
gonna
yeah,
play.
no,
I'm gonna play that
it was
soundbite
good.
over this. Yeah, bro, that's funny as fuck. So what made you decide like Oklahoma State, LSU? Like, what made you just like you don't got to go into the gory details, like the personal bits. Like, this is gonna be out there for
Mm,
everybody, so like, don't worry about all that. But like, if you could give us
right.
like just a kind of like a gist, like what because I think I know a little bit of it, like just type of school, but I want to hear what you have to say about it.
So funny enough, my recruiting process coming out of high school was, I wouldn't say non-existent, but it wasn't on the level of what the numbers have been showing they should have been. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
um, like I said, I won two state championships by the time I was a junior in high school in track. Um, I was ranked within the top 10 in nationally by my senior year, and I barely heard from three D1 schools, four D1 schools, and then three Power Five schools. And it was funny because I was just sitting there. I was just like, dude, like I feel like I should be getting more than this, you know. But I really couldn't, worry about all that. I had the opportunities, and I had to take them. So my best bet was Oklahoma State. Most people don't know this, but it was late in the recruiting process, so they didn't give me a full ride coming out. Um,
Really?
yeah, I was, you can ask my parents, I was running on 20% scholarship at the time. And
Wow.
then once I got to indoor season and I broke the school record twice, I placed at conference and I made it to the national meet. Literally, I swear on everything. I got off the track after running 45.6, and my head coach came up to me and was like, "Look who just got a full ride." So it was just
That's dope.
it was a blessing in disguise. I had to take that opportunity no matter how big or small. You always get a bigger payout whenever you put in the work. And then after my time at Oklahoma State, I felt like our culture was not where it needed to be. Our leadership was not where it needed to be. It was just the infrastructure wasn't that strong,
Right.
and I knew I was in a position to where I can go to any school in the world. And this is whenever the transfer portal was still fresh, still new, so they were kind of working the ins and outs. And once I jumped in there, like I was making the funny joke with my coach, and I was just like, I didn't really get the full recruitment experience coming out of high school. So you have two options of whether you want to be exposed and have your contact info in the transfer portal, or you can just reach out to respective coaches that you want to be at with that university. At
Mm-hmm.
first, I decided to put my info out there. And whenever I did, like it was just boom, 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 boom. Like just a lot of colleges hit me up. It was cool at first, but then it just got annoying whenever like it was just from
That's a good
universities
problem
you
to
weren't
have.
even. Yeah, it was a good problem to have. It was just I was not wanting to hear from those
Right.
universities, so I was just like, okay, this is too much. I know where I'm at, um, quality wise and how much I'm worth in the
Right.
track world at the time. So I told them to knock my info out the system, and I just started reaching out to Oregon, TCU, LSU, Florida State,
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, and they were
Mm-hmm.
all one to give me full rides and everything. Come out, visit. I was getting the whole experience of just going on recruitment visits and everything. But that being said, LSU just won the national title right whenever I jumped into the
Mm-hmm.
transfer portal, and I was really cool with one of the 400 guys over there, and that's the event that I run. He hit me up in the hallway and he was just like, "Bro, what are you trying to do next year?" I was just like, "You tell me, bro. If y'all got a spot for me, I'll more than willingly be over there within the next semester."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "All right, bet." So Coach Benny Brazil hit me up, and the rest was history. I was over there by August.
That's
Yeah,
dope, dude. That's so fucking cool. That is
yeah.
such like a that's a famous people thing, bro. I swear on my life. Like I if I were to just be like on Snap, hey, hit me up. Zero. Zero text messages. Zero snap. And you're over here on the biggest stage, the most competitive thing in the United States of America outside of politics. And boom, boom, boom. Florida State, Oregon, TCU, LSU.
Yeah.
And then you can go on about that Texas A&M story though. That's what I kind of want to hear
Oh
about.
yeah, no. So back in the gap, Ryan knows this. Back in the gap, whenever I was still a freshman over at Oklahoma State, we had this thing called study hall that we would show up to Monday through Thursday from like 5 to 7. It was right after dinner, and the freshmen had to go for academic reasons. It was required, and we had to be in this room for 2 hours doing work. So after I got done doing my work, I was just on my phone, just bored, passing the time because we have to be there for the whole 2 hours, no matter what. And I got on my Facebook Messenger. I'm not a big Facebook guy. I don't have Messenger as we speak, but I did at the time, and so I was just scrolling through, previous conversations, missed conversations that I had, just reminiscing, just seeing what I could see. I come across the assistant track coach, sprint coach over at Texas A&M. I forgot his name. He's still over there. Um, but yeah, he hit me up on Facebook Messenger right after I won state my junior year and was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to wish you congratulations on your achievements this year. You've been running hella good, things like that. Just give me a call and we can talk about your opportunity over here at Texas A&M." And my heart sank because growing up, I want to go to a Texas school after college. I was a big Longhorns fan. I respected the Aggies, obviously they're rivals, but just being at a Texas university, that was always a dream of mine growing up. And to already be at a school hours away from Texas, and I see that I had an opportunity that I wasn't even allowed to be able to pursue because the lack of response to the
Mm-hmm.
message.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, things happen the way that they do, and the rest is history in that category. But it was tragic to find that message 2 years
Bro.
later after I've already
Mm.
graduated and went to another university.
Mm-hmm. Bro,
But yeah,
that is insane. That is insane. Like that dog, I'd be losing sleep over that every night, bro. But I mean, no offense to A&M, but you know, LSU is
hey, I mean, their whole the whole infrastructure of that whole team crumbled. So I mean, I didn't miss out on too much.
everything happens
Um,
for a reason, bro.
yeah,
They got us.
everything happens for a reason, dog.
Dude,
You know
that's such a good that's such a like a banging story. I'm gonna turn that into a YouTube short.
that.
So what motivated you to transition from being an athlete to working behind the scenes? Because being an athlete, bro, you got all that exposure, cameras, fans, lights, action. Like you are in it, but then you're
Yeah.
starting to work behind the scenes. Now you're the guy training the guy to be that guy. What made you? What made
Mhm.
you just kind of like really? What was it? What was that motivation like?
So I'm gonna put it into a musical directive. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I want you to sit here and name me one person that played in a orchestra or a band, like an actual like horns,
Yeah,
like orchestrated band. Name one person throughout history that's famous.
that's famous. That's
That's
played in
famous.
just a band. Any like talking
Not
about
not
like
a rock band. I'm talking
oh
about like a
okay.
trumpet, trombone, tuba, like director band. Name one person.
Does 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 the guy from Whiplash count? I don't know.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
I don't know.
Neiman don't know. He don't count. But I bet you can at least name me one composer.
One compose like Bach, Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven.
Okay,
That's pretty much what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the guy that controlled and conducted everything within my athlete's development.
right,
I wanted to be the guy that guided this guy because I'm not going to say build because everybody has their own genetics, everybody has their own mindset, everybody grinds all the same. That's their work. They do that. I just instruct. So I want to say guide these guys and these athletes to their success.
right,
Whether that's in a mentorship role or um, a an experienced role, or even just like as a strength coach. Just to be able to find any way to elevate this kid or this professional athlete to be the best person that they can be. Um, a lot of people, a lot of coaches regard it as fine tuning a Ferrari. You know, that's all you're pretty much doing in this business. So it's my motivation to fine tune that Ferrari for the most part. Make sure it's ready to race.
So whenever you're coming up through the ranks, high school, college, like is there a guy that did that for you? Is that kind of like another motivating factor? Like, was there a guy who was there for you like that, where he's your composer for Beethoven? You know, you're Beethoven, you're moving up, like you're getting
Mhm.
all this stuff done. Is there a composer like for you, and were you like, damn, like I like that guy so much, I want to be like him, I want to do what he did, I want to run those ranks, like, or was it just kind of like I didn't have that, and I know what it's like, kind of struggling without that?
So throughout high school and then also Oklahoma State, a little bit more in the beginning of my career path. Whenever I got to LSU, I was already a seasoned vet. I was just doing what I came to do, which is get
Mm-hmm.
points for uh, LSU. But whenever I did start out in at Carthage and then also over at Oklahoma State, I knew nothing of nothing whenever it came to track. I knew you moved your arms fast, you moved your legs fast, and that'll allow you to get down the track as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the simplest you could put it without getting into the detail that actually are the intricate mechanics that allow people to get to that point. Um, One person for me in high school that was a big mentor to me was Coach Brandon Hodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He was our linebacker coach, and then also I guess you would say our assistant sprint coach. I mean, there was only two people out there, which was my head coach Darren Preston, and then also Brandon Hodgers. Um, he helped me get to college. I will say that. I actually was even thinking about it the other day. He allowed me to grow in the sport properly. He gave me the insights to sprint mechanics, certain workouts that could help, certain techniques that could help, whether it's mental or just, race strategy.
Mm-hmm.
He also put me in the spotlight. I went to my first non high school track meet with him over in Albuquerque, New Mexico, with the Great Southwest Conference meet. There was a lot of highly competitive high schoolers, people that were ranked in the nation. And this was at the time that I wouldn't even say I was known. I was a sophomore in high school, and he exposed me to that bigger platform. And I think he helped me in my growth as an athlete and as a track runner for sure. And then once I got to Oklahoma State, I met my head coach, or the sprint coach, Coach Giles McDonald. Um, it was most definitely a mentorship. He cared about his athletes, not even on the athletic level, but also the personal level. He helped me get through some tough times on and off the track. He also helped me, come up with a race plan. Trust that I was a strong runner, because there are multiple ways to run the 400. Mine was more unique because usually you want to attack that first 200, and that's where I wasn't really just inclined to do. I was more inclined to push the fucking gas pedal all the way down to the floor at the last 200 meters.
Mm-hmm.
He made me confident in my race plan because I knew I was different and he knew I was different, but he saw no reason to change that. And I think that helped me in my personal growth just as a human. Everybody's different, um, whether big, tall, you know, brown, blue, purple. We're all different, and we shouldn't conform to being the same. Our differences make us unique, make
Yeah.
us who we are. And
Yeah.
he gave me a lot of personal insight on life and track as a whole.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, bro. Write a poem about that.
Appreciate it.
I would read
Got
that.
to.
I'd buy that. No, bro. Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. And that's so cool that these guys like really pushed you in that direction, bro. Because like imagine if like you had no guidance at all. Like, do you think you'd be in track if you're what's his name, Coach
Oh,
Audrey?
Coach Hodges. Yeah,
Oh, Rogers.
yeah,
Rogers. Coach Rogers. Sorry, my bad, Coach
Oh, you're
Rogers.
good, brother.
And so like if Coach Rogers isn't there, like helping you, bringing you to New Mexico, like what are you thinking? Like are you still here?
At the most, I could have probably gotten to a university. It might have not been a Power Five D1. I think I could have the opportunity to go to SFA or anything. But as far as developing as a track athlete, no.
Mm,
I honestly don't think I would know the people that I know now. I have friendships from back since I was 15 years old. From that one meet that I went to, I got my first notice from Notre Dame out there. My first time over at the Great Southwest. So I pay a lot of respect and a lot of appreciation to him because like if I didn't have that, if I didn't have him, then there would be no Ashton Hicks in the track world as far as it is now.
right. That's so dope, bro. That's nice. That's something that a lot of people aren't fortunate to have, man. Like I'm grateful that where I'm at, and like you just said, man, like you're grateful. Like that's so. Think about all those young athletes out there that like do not have that person there, like pushing them, like telling them whether it's dad, mom, brother, cousin, like coach, like men, like they don't got that guy that's there for them.
Right.
So that's beautiful, man. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear, and I'm happy to hear that. So sticking with the script, like I said, how did your experiences as a D1 athlete kind of inform your approach as a, as a sports coach, as an athletic trainer, as a rehabilitation guy, like all these different things that you have to do as a, sports performance coach? Like, how did being that guy help you now?
Um, the mental fortitude,
Yeah.
because I know what it takes. I was there literally months ago, almost a year. Uh, I know what it takes to get to that level. It takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of stars aligning, to say the least.
Right.
So it's more of a reason why I should share this knowledge because coming out of high school, I didn't know how to be recruited like all that much. I didn't know the
Mm-hmm.
ins and outs. I thought it was just like football. You go to these combines, these mock combines growing up, camps, and you get scholarships like they're hotcakes. I was not as inclined to get a track scholarship because of my misinformation or just the lack of knowing.
Right.
So it bringing insight from being an athlete myself, I think is probably the biggest thing that I brought over from being an athlete is just the prowess of just being a straight up dog, because you have to somewhat be mentally insane to go through the whole process of being great.
Right.
Everybody struggles at some point in their success story. Most are coming out of high school, going into college, not getting seen because there are guys above them that's been there a couple of years before them. And then
Right.
there's guys uh, professionally that are not able to produce the way that they used to because they're getting older. Um, I have the basis of adding that mentality back or reinstituting it to their lives or just introducing it straight out to the young ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my athletic prowess and my experience as an athlete is what I brought over.
So you just had that Andrew Tate mindset, unmatched
Yeah,
perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability. So,
whatever that guy said.
yeah, bro? That man's speaking like C3PO. All right, that's all I hear. Wow, that's all I hear. So I don't think I mentioned this, but can you share a standout memory from your competitive track days that stayed with you? And then we'll move on to some performance stuff, and then we'll kind of just shit around.
Yeah, okay. A nice memory. Um,
The first one that comes to your head, like boom, like this is it. We'll go through a lightning round, actually. Just boom, off the top of your
all
head.
right,
What's the most standout memory you got?
winning the conference championship my junior year, my third year over at Oklahoma State, during 2021 indoor championships over at Texas Tech. It was crazy. That's all I really can say about it. I
Was I there for that?
haven't ran a 400 all year, and I got out there. I ran my prelim. I was like, okay, cool. I'm into the final. Let's see how this final goes. And then I won, So it was
Hmm.
just like, what the hell?
I
You get
wasn't there
me?
for that, was I?
You were there for that.
That was that one at Texas Tech.
You personally, I don't know if you were. Your family was watching it in y'all's living room. I don't know where you were.
So there was what about that one at Texas Tech that I was there for, where you like were in dead last, slugging, and then it was just a slugfest. Everybody's knocking each other over, cleating each other with
It
the
might have been. It
track
might have been my
spikes.
sophomore year. It might have been
That
my sophomore year.
Yeah, I think you were still running with okay, so that you and
Oklahoma
Matt,
State.
yeah, y'all
Yeah.
just started dating. Yeah, I was there
Yeah.
with Cade, and I screamed out,
Hmm.
I screamed out, "Go Hickey!" And then my dad punched me and was like, "How dare you? Did you just say go PT? I'm gonna punch you." Dude, that was so
No.
funny,
Yeah. No. It was a crazy experience winning that.
bro.
It's like
That's awesome.
you don't never think that it could be you,
Yeah,
and then you get put in that situation.
yeah, bro. Well, you also won the genetic lottery. You're a light skinned, green eyed, curly hair, 6'3.5", 6'3", 6 foot. I don't even know how tall you are anymore. I always said 6'4", and then we measured
Six
you. You're like
something.
six something. That's more than what I can
Six
say. I'm
something.
I'm 5 something. I'm gonna have to put up a picture of me and you standing together. And I was
Bro.
still in my Yeezy slides. So I still had an inch, and it's
Yeah.
like,
No, you're an
hey,
honorary
how you doing up
6 foot
there?
member.
Hey, thank
You're an
you,
honorary
thank
six
you,
foot member.
thank you, thank you. I appreciate
There.
that. So okay, so yeah, lightning round. My bad. ADHD brain over here, bro. Okay, so describe your typical day as a performance coach.
Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My
Damn.
morning routine is essential to me. Plus, you got to make that money. So I have get ready, get Lana ready, my dog. Take her out, make sure she's well kept, take her to daycare, and then once I get her to daycare, I head to Traction Sports Performance and I start my first private training. I have about 6 private trainings in a day. I train a group from 6 to 9, and then I got another group from 11 to 1:30, and then I got 4 more groups in between 2 to 7:30. So
Mm,
from 7 to 7:30, I'm
you
out
grinding.
there hustling, bustling,
Damn.
coaching, instructing. Yeah, it's from 8-year olds that are just now getting into their own athletic wise, just starting their athletic journey, and then I also have collegiate athletes that are just getting done with their football season, and then also we're starting to get professional athletes over um, from the NFL here soon, and then we're about to start that. I also have a couple classes on Monday and Wednesday from 5 to 7:30 over at a facility called Red Storm. It's their basketball group. So I train the 8-year-old group, the 12-year-old group, and the 15-year-old group, um, all within those 3 hours or 2.5 hours that I have with them. So yeah, no, I'm grinding from 7 to 7, but I'm usually up from like 5 to 10.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so uh, what is the biggest achievement in your career so far? Well, and in regards to your new career, that is with the strength performance, or not strength performance, sorry, sports performance.
Finding a way in. I came back to Baton Rouge off an idea, um, and I've been able to profit off of it ever since. I spent most of my time looking for how to get into the business because it is a strenuous business. You have to have a certification called the CSCS. It is required for strength and conditioning coaches in the collegiate sector, and then it's also highly recommended and highly appreciated or highly sought after in the private sector, which is where I'm at now. I had to spend time studying that. So I studied from December to early February, and I passed it. I got my CSCS license, and then yeah, no, I think the basis of the biggest accomplishment that I've had so far is finding a way to get into it, and I think I'm reaping the benefits right now.
Bro, that's dope. Yeah, bro, you've been grinding your whole life, dog. You've been hustling, finding a way
Hustling,
your whole life.
hustling.
That's dope, bro. So what is there like? I don't know if you've been working there long enough, but or working in this industry long enough, but do you have a story where you made a significant impact on someone and they made such a big improvement that it just makes you go like, dang, like I can do this. Like this is like I'm proud of this.
So usually we don't take kids under 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
just for health reasons, precautionary reasons, just to be able to sit into a classroom and actually take instruction. So we usually don't. My superior, Tevin Moden, he hit me up talking about a 6 year old kid that has I'm not sure what disorder it is, but he is missing some of these fingers. He has a couple nubs. Uh, I'm not sure what it's called, and I don't want to be politically incorrect with
Or
the
disrespect that
terminology.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So he plays football, basketball, just as any little kid, just trying to get their hands, in a sport. So he was like, usually we don't take these offers, but he was really excited, and his grandparents were really, pushing that he's really wanted to do this. So I took it upon myself to train him, and I was like, man, like how am I going to relate to a 6 year old? I'm 23 years old. I ain't been six in God knows how many years. So it was
17.
most definitely one of them things that I was like a little nervous to get into because I also had to come up off the fly of what I was going to do with him because he wasn't old enough to do some of the movements or be knowledgeable of the movements to begin with. So I took my time to evaluate what I was going to do. I went in with a plan, and the plan went out the window. I freestyled the whole thing. He was very intimidated whenever he came in, but by the time he left, he had the best experience, and I gained a new client. So it was one of those things that you can't plan for. You think you will, you're gonna come in with a plan and everything, but then the kid might not be feeling it that day. The kid might be intimidated, or he might have, something going on in his personal life. You just kind of have to be that inspiration every day.
Yeah.
Like my boss says, you gotta walk in and leave your problems at the door, because we are a service industry. You are most definitely tailoring your life to this person to give them the service.
Right.
So yeah, it was most definitely probably whenever I trained a 6 year old kid for sure.
That's dope, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So to finish this off, I got two things for you.
Okay.
Number one, looking towards the future. What are some of the goals, projects, et cetera, that you're gonna be working on, you're gonna be aspiring towards, and that you're excited about, and you can talk to us about.
So obviously, me and you talked yesterday a little bit about it. I can't disclose that yet, just because it hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
But um, encompassing that, I do look forward to moving on to a higher position.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is a goal of mine. It's been a goal of mine with this business in the first place. Hopefully, I find myself in that here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then also just being a hobby collector, taking time to myself. I feel like I have not had time to myself in a long time, just to rediscover who I am, outside of track, and then also how it will help me grow my business as a performance coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I do plan on taking the time to collect some hobbies outside of my profession,
Mm-hmm.
build some revenue, grow my money, grow my business. Obviously, the usual stereotypical gotta make your money, get that bag, type beat. But
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, I plan on traveling, um, getting more certifications, making more connections, making more memories, and then also just finding my place amongst all this.
Right. Well,
So
dude,
that's what I'm looking
that's awesome, and I'm looking forward to that, and I hope this alleged thing that we talked about allegedly yesterday allegedly happens.
for. Allegedly,
And yes, allegedly, we have basis
right?
to think that maybe something that comes to fruition, and that'll be something we can talk about another time. So, for
For
those
sure.
aspiring to follow your path, a similar path at least, either as a D1 athlete, whether it be track, baseball, basketball, football, whatever they volleyball, or
Mhm,
those listening, or just someone that like what sees what you're doing right now or hears what you're doing right now and goes, "Dang, that sounds so good. That sounds like what I want to do." What would your
mhm.
advice? What advice would you give to them based off your experiences so far?
Make sure you're educated. Get the
Hmm.
education, whether it's track related, sports performance related. Inform yourself on what you're going to get yourself into, no matter what. Always be yourself. There are going to be people out there that tells you, oh, like you do this, you're not supposed to be this way, or you get into this, you're supposed to look a certain way. Dude, everybody has you know their own passion, their own identity. I think that makes them shine.
Hmm.
Third, make connections, bro. This past what 8 months that I've been back at LSU or even in Baton Rouge, shake hands, dude. Even outside of your own circle, shake hands. You'll never you'll never know whenever somebody could be an asset to you.
Hmm.
And then you could be an asset to them as well.
Right.
I would say connection goes number one right after education. So those three things I think are the basis. And then also have the drive and the tenacity. Believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, the people that you're trying to get hired by will not believe in you, you know, or the
Right.
people that you're trying to win over will not believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. So believe in yourself, go do it, be happy with what you're doing, and just enjoy life.
Right. Well, in what you told me the other day, or literally yesterday, I don't know why I said the other day. What you told me yesterday about be that guy. Be the guy that's kind of annoying with how much you reach out for an opportunity or just reach out like there's no harm in it because at the end of the day you're still starting at square zero, like you're still at ground one. If someone offer, if you get told, "Hey, I got this job, blah 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 blah," you don't hear back from them, be that guy. Be that
Yeah,
guy because even if they say, "Actually, no, we've reconsidered, we don't want you." Well, you were in the same spot you were a month ago.
facts.
So that what we
It,
talked about
it wouldn't
yesterday.
hurt. It
What's that?
wouldn't hurt to try. It wouldn't hurt to try at all. Like I told you yesterday, I hit up Coach Jake Flint over at LSU football. He's the strength and conditioning coach over there. I hit him up 4 times before I even got a response. Not even like a confirmation of an internship or anything like that. Just a simple response. He literally told me whenever we went to meeting after the fact that he responded for the first time, he followed up and was like, dude, the only reason why I got you in here today is because you wanted this. You showed that you are disciplined in getting what you want. You're passionate about this. I can tell that with how prominent and how prevalent you are with getting the attention of myself.
Mhm.
Just things like that. So going the extra mile to, I wouldn't say bug, but most definitely just follow up and be like, hey, like I reached out because of A, B, and C. I was just seeing if we could do D, E, F, things like that. Like constantly press that button because you have a dream, you have a passion, you want to do it. You got to make yourself known. Not everybody's going to know you straight off the bat. I'm
Right.
new to this business, so nobody knows my name in this light. And it most definitely takes mental determination to be able to bug somebody to be able to, at least get a response back from that person. So
Right.
be that guy, be that person.
Right. And worst comes to worst, they go, "Damn, this guy's annoying."
Yeah.
Like who cares? All right, I'm annoying. Cool. At least you know my name. Uh,
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, no, bro, that's dope, and that's such a good opportunity you've got now, bro. And it's I'm happy for you as a guy and as a friend and all that. Okay, so I'm done with the script. Let's throw the script
Okay.
out the window. Let's talk about some stuff. All right, so number one, have you been keeping up with football?
Uh, I saw that. Saw a couple things. Jaden Daniels is about to meet with the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a big Saints fan, but I know that would be a very big opportunity for them because I know they're kind of in the search of a
Mm-hmm.
quarterback for
Right.
sure. I saw a couple things, a couple people being renewed a contract, signed a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Saw what's his name from the Bears. He just went to the
Justin
Steelers.
Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields just went to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Russell Wilson just got traded to the
Russell,
Steelers
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, there's a new face in Baltimore. Um, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? He just got. I wouldn't say traded, but he just signed the terms with the Ravens. He's a running back. What's his name?
Oh, oh,
Is it
Derrick
DeAndre?
Henry. Derrick Henry.
Yeah, yeah, Derrick Henry. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
that's a
saw
pretty
that.
good one to keep up with. Yeah, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know how much Derrick Henry has left in the tank. That man is a trillion years old.
yeah.
He's almost two
We'll
times as
see.
old as both of us. He's literally as old as both of us combined. Uh,
Yeah, that's actually insane. It's actually
but
insane
I'm excited to see I'm excited to see what Derrick Henry can do.
for
Um,
sure.
do you keep up with Cowboy stuff at all?
Not here recently. I probably should though. I probably should get updated on all that now.
Well, so I mean, there's not really that's why I was asking because there's nothing. They
Really?
literally have done nothing. They signed
I was
Eric
gonna say I don't
Kendricks,
think I've heard
and
anything
that's it.
actually.
They lost five players, five quality starters, and they replaced it with one quality starter, which is a middle linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Really?
Yeah, it's whack. It's
Yeah, I was
terrible.
gonna say that's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
Y'all
bro.
ain't got no draft prospects. Y'all
Well,
ain't
I
got
mean,
there's no
bro,
nobody.
the Cowboys are so goofy because they draft horny, and like I don't know. Sorry, I don't know who. I don't know if anybody watching this even cares about football. They might just be tuning in and just listen to you and your story and track and stuff. But the way that I look at football is that you don't draft football horny. Okay, you draft
Yeah,
football horny. You go get bad players. Okay, so for example, the Cowboys in 2020, they did not need a wide receiver. Wide receivers at the bottom of their list. They needed a defensive lineman.
yeah.
So they were going to go get Caleb Von Chase on. But what do you know? CeeDee Lamb falls all the way down the board. And they go draft CeeDee Lamb. Now, was CeeDee Lamb all pro player, best receiver in football? I
Oh
would say
yeah.
best receiver in football, arguably second best receiver in football. Where's Caleb
Mhm.
Von Chase on the practice squad? Okay.
Yeah,
Plain and simple. You don't draft football horny. You go get BPA,
yeah.
best player available. Then the year after that, you're looking and Dak gets injured, so now you get a lower draft pick, and then we want one of these corners. Well, all the corners get taken. Well, we're going to take a lineman. Well, who's on the board? Micah Parsons.
Gotta get them.
Got to get him. Best.
Gotta get them.
He was the second best defensive player in football, and Aaron Donald just retired, so now he's the best defensive player in
The
football.
best.
So
Yeah.
so like just stuff like that bothers me, and so now they got so many holes that they have to address them in draft. And then now you're going to go in there, you're going to be all drafting with your red rocket, and you're going to get up there and you're going to be like, what do we need? We need a left tackle because we just let Tyron Smith go to the freaking Jets.
Yep.
All right. And then now you're going to sit there and you're going to go, okay, well, we got Nate Wiggins from Clemson. We got, Malik Neighbors from LSU. We got Xavier
Mhm.
Worthy, Adonai Mitchell from Texas. But you know what? That Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma, even though he's the 50th rated player on our board, and we're sitting here at pick 24 in the first round, we're going to draft that guy.
We're gonna draft them.
And then he ends up with too much on his plate, and then you're sitting there going, well, I don't know what happened. We thought he was going to be good. Sorry, fans. No, nobody thought that man was worth the first round pick except for you because you were drafted horny. Stupid.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
stupid. And then you get into the second round, and then it's like, oh my gosh, Xavier Worthy's still on the board. Oh my gosh, the guy who just set the NFL record. Maybe. I mean, that's probably not going to happen. But then you go, but we really
Yeah.
need a running back.
I mean, do you think it's a management problem?
No, it's just like, well, it is. It's like Stephen Jones is an alcoholic nepo baby, and
Oh,
Jerry Jones is so old. Dog, I think Stephen Jones is going to check out before Jerry Jones does. Stephen Jones is an alcoholic, and he looks more chewed up every time I see him. Like
Jerry
he looks like,
Jones.
and Jerry Jones is just sitting around like, well, the Dallas Cowboys,
Just
and
speaking,
yeah,
talking.
he's just speaking words. And then like I think Jerry Jones is one of those old ass billionaires that are going to live to 108 for no reason. They're going to be wheeling him around, and everybody's going to be acting like they're not creeped out as hell. It's looking at a ball sack, looking at Deadpool.
I don't
You
know,
know?
bro. I don't know, bro. Apparently he likes a lot of Whataburger.
Oh no, no, it's McDonald's, and he
Is
puts
McDonald's?
salt on his McGriddle. He puts 2 packets of salt on his McGriddle, dog.
Yeah, I don't know about that 108. I don't know.
Bro, if I mean, in all fairness, if I've been alive since the 1700s, my taste buds would probably be gone too. So I needed
Oh
a
yeah,
little
for
extra
sure.
salt. I need a little extra salt too. I could
He
just
needs a little
imagine him,
spice in his life.
dog. I could just imagine him like as a man, and like you're just talking to him. He's a family member, and he's got to be like Joe Biden, where it's just like the camera's cut, and he's just
Turns into a Roomba.
yeah, yeah. Like we were like, what's his face, Shane Gill.
Thank Gillis.
There's no way there's no way that that dude is competent in the brain. My grandpa ain't even 70 years old yet, and sometimes he'll be saying the most outlandish shit. And I'm like, my grandpa doesn't have dementia. They ain't got nothing wrong with him. But he's just getting to that age where they just say outlandish shit, where they're just like, yeah, I built a wall. What? What are we weren't even talking about politics. What are you talking about, Papa? Or like,
You
we're just
know,
sitting. What?
it just happens, whenever the only person you see is your wife 7 days out
Oh,
the week. You
you
feel
go
me?
crazy.
Like you're fiending for that conversation,
Dog,
that connection with somebody else outside of your own family.
bro.
You feel me?
That I've been thinking about that, like old people, and like what do old people do all day? They do nothing. Like they just sit around playing Slotto on their iPads, like
They
watching.
do.
And like old people always have like not only because they're so bored all the time, and they also
Mm.
they can't tell when things are photoshopped. So like my Mimi will be just sending me random memes that are like, "Can you believe this? Isn't this crazy?" And it's like an AI generated photo of Trump, something as like a bartender. And and I'm like, Mimi, this is fake. And she's like, how? It looks just like him. I'm like, no, it's not CGI. It's AI. And she, you know how it goes.
No,
Like,
no, that I love your
they're
grandparents.
boring, bro.
Love them to death. They're funny. They're funny. They're just bored.
Dude, like that, I cannot imagine. Like, I asked my Mimi the other day, what do you do all day? Like, what do
Mm.
you do? Oh, I watch TV and I listen to my audiobooks. And how do you not want to kill yourself?
You're doing the same thing every day. What are
You're
you doing? Which one?
Squidward. You are Squidward. Okay, you're a Squidward in his Squidward community.
Facts.
Whenever you get old, bro, like if I'm getting old, bro, I don't care how bad in shape I am, dog. I'm gonna go travel. Like I'm not
Oh yeah,
sitting
yeah,
around
yeah.
like fuck them kids, Michael Jordan style.
Fuck them kids, Michael Jordan style. No,
That's a
because
quote.
like whenever I get older, I can't just sit still. I already can't do that. I most definitely uh don't think I'll be settling down as in just sitting in my house all day.
Right.
It'll probably just be me, wife and kids, just out adventuring, doing whatever. Or it
Hmm.
won't be my kids. My kids are gonna be out in college whenever I'm older.
Thinking
So
about
it'll
all
probably just
this,
be me
right?
and the wife just doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Mm-hmm.
again, like maybe they have a different outlook on life now. Maybe they've done everything. They are in
Right.
their 60s, you
Right.
know.
Well, there's only so much things you can do in 60 years, dog. And
Oh
considering
yeah,
18 of those 60, you're literally under guidance of someone else. Like then you get to get a little taste. So like they've really only been living for 42 years. And like
42 years.
what can you do for 42 years, dog? Like tell me. Like what are you doing for 42 years? Like get a job, get married, have kids. Okay, okay, okay. And then it's like and then now they just moved out of the house, and now I spent all my money on college, spent all my money on clothes and cars, and
Mhm.
hopefully not, but maybe I got to bail them out of jail. Like
Hope not.
yeah, but like then it's like, what do I do? Like, what have I done with my life? That's why people have midlife crisis, bro. I'm having an early life crisis.
You gotta find interest, bro. You gotta find interest for sure. You just gotta, like I told you yesterday, you gotta be a hobby collector. That's something that I'm just trying to get into now. You gotta find things that you want to do. There was this dude that I follow on Instagram. His name is, I forgot his first name, but it's like something Roulette. He lives in Austin. Dude literally is a fitness enthusiast. He's learning how to tightrope. He fucking tattoos people. He has no tattoos license, but he's a great tattoo artist just because he wanted to learn. He learns he learned 3 languages. He knows Japanese, his Spanish, and then
Side
also French.
quests.
Side quests. He is a side quest king. You just gotta be that, bro. You gotta learn how to do it. It is a talent.
Damn, that is crazy. I never thought about it like that. Like, I would never want to learn languages. I would just want to experience. Like, not like, listen, I always tell people I want to try everything that there is to try. You know what I mean? Unless we're talking about crack cocaine.
Or
I've already,
heroin.
or heroin, Yes. Like, could you imagine you just coming to see me? Hey, Ryan, how you doing? I got freaking track marks up my arm.
You just over there.
Hey, buddy, you got $50 by chance?
Neck all scratched up from tweaking.
I'm just tweaking. And you're like, dog, what happened to you? I'm like, I wanted to try heroin. Bad decision. Bad decision. But you got $50 on you?
Or fentanyl, you're just gonna be over there just leaned over, just
Yeah. Like we get on the podcast and I'm like, hey, give me 1 second. Okay.
bro. Listen,
We're
There
live.
was a St. Patty's Day parade yesterday. This dude, did I already tell you this?
Yeah,
There
but
was a
tell it to us.
dude that was at a St. Patty's Day parade yesterday. Uh, Dude literally had jaundice. I swear on my life, he had alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Like his skin was waxy, it was translucent.
Yeah.
The pigment in his lips was the same as his skin. He had that 1,000 yard
Oh.
stuff. Yeah, I did tell you. It was just
Yeah.
like we're having a full conversation. Yeah, just looking the whole time. And I was just like, dog, you okay? And he was just like, yeah, bro, what are you talking about? Just revolving, like he was rotating around, whatever. I don't know. But
Bro doesn't even
yeah,
have
no,
a chair, but he's just spinning on an axis.
he was.
Just
He was
rotating.
he was
Oh,
gone
oh,
beyond
oh,
repair.
oh, did I broke? Oh, no. Thought I broke
Oh,
my mic.
hello.
Hello. Yeah. So, did you get that Snapchat I sent you? I was at
Yeah, what was that? What was that place?
that's called Hangry Joe's. It just opened up, bro. It's better than Dave's Hot Chicken all my life.
Swear on your life.
All my life. The chicken is better. It is better. Maybe it's because I haven't had Dave's Hot Chicken or maybe a good Dave's Hot Chicken. I've been there twice, but
Mm-hmm.
dog, it is so good. Like every
I
bite
guess
goes, it sounds like,
I have to go try it whenever I come down.
bro, literally this is what it sounds like every time I take a bite. Oh, wait, that's not a good example. Sorry. That was not very crunchy. I've been chewing on plastic.
That was very silent.
Yeah, it sounded like this. Yeah, no, it's like sounds like you're eating a cracker, bro, and you're like, "Ooh, what is this?" And then you get into it, and then like the chicken, bro, no, none of that gristle where you're like,
Oh
"Ooh."
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's straight banging, and they advertise, they say on it, it's fresh, never frozen. They get in new shipments every day. That's why their
Ooh.
prices are so high,
Is it out of a
and
truck or a new building?
it's a building.
Building?
And fresh, never frozen. They marinate it and do everything the same day. What else? And it's non-GMO, like none of that hormone stuff. Like it's just good food.
Yeah.
And dog, like whenever I'm hungry, bro, but like I'm kind of dieting, like obviously fried chicken ain't diet food, but like if I'm really
Yeah, yeah.
hankering, I go over to Hangry Joe's, bro. I know I got like 60 grams of protein in because they give you 4 big tenders for $20, and it is like slabs of chicken breast,
Yeah.
and you're sitting there crunching.
I'm gonna have to try
Boy,
it, bro. I'll be
make
down
me
in
want to
2
kick a fat kid in Kmart.
weeks. Yeah, I'll
Like
be
it's
down
so
in a
good,
week and a half to 2 weeks, so I'll probably stop by there and try it, bro.
bro. That
I
is
love me some hot chicken.
banging. That is banging. Let me see. Did you open it? Did you ever open it? You opened up my
Yeah,
snap.
yeah.
Hold on. Do I have it
I didn't
saved?
open the message. I saw the pictures though.
Ooh, excuse me. I don't have the photo stuff saved, but listen to this.
You posted it on your story, I think. What was
Did you
that?
did you hear it?
What was that?
Did you get it?
All I heard was chicken. That's all I
No, wait.
heard.
You
What
need to
was
play
that?
that. You need to play that right now. I had a cup, and I was just chilling, and Avery's
You were
already
making the main
embarrassed.
voice?
No, I said, hello. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bro. That was so dope. Okay, so Invincible. Oh,
Sorry, I had to play it real quick. Okay. What's up?
something slight. Invincible, episode 5. What are we thinking?
They always cooking, bro.
They cooking for
They're
fucking
cooking. They're cooking.
real.
They're
Dope.
cooking. No, I most definitely like that. I am so excited for the rest of the season. I hope whenever they come out with the full season and then the whole break to season 3, I literally hope it comes out before 2025.
Oh, I don't
You
know.
know, they added that break for no apparent reason. Um,
What was it? SAG-AFTRA or whatever, like the
no,
writer union.
so the whole SAG after, yeah, that took a hold of the whole process of the whole season 2, not the half cutoff line whenever they separated into A and B. Apparently, they did that because they were still trying to finish up season 3 so they can have that out in no time and not have to worry about having a 2-year wait, like the wait time between season 1 and 2. Uh, but that's I don't even think that's proven fact. I think they need to come out with that shit immediately after they finish up season 2
Facts,
because I don't want to wait another time.
bro. Me neither, bro. So okay, so Marvel. Is there anything like Marvel related that I should be on the lookout for? Because like I know you're my guy when it comes to Marvel and comics and all that.
Fantastic Four,
Yeah, wait, when is that coming out? And also, when is Wolverine
2025.
coming out?
Deadpool and Wolverine's coming out, I think, in June. Yeah, that too. Look out for that too. I think it's coming
Bro,
out in June.
that dude, dog, I don't even care where you're at. I don't care if you're in freaking the. I don't even care if you're like, what's that called? Whenever you're in between heaven and earth. I mean, not heaven and earth, heaven and hell.
Purgatory.
Yeah, I don't even care if you're in fucking purgatory, dog. Like whenever that shit comes out, like I'm getting you on the pod. I'm gonna be like, so Asher, bro, do you like that? And you're gonna be like,
We're gonna have a 3-hour conversation.
yeah, and then it's gonna be like, Ashton, bro, where you at?
You're talking to the spirits.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
have to make a whole seance just to conjure me up.
I got like that radio out where like you can like apparently like talk to dead people or whatever through the walkie-talkie.
Oh
It picks
yeah.
random words. It's just Wolverine was very good.
Very. Well, I'd sound like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Oh my god.
Very the platypus. Oh my god. Yeah. No, dude. Okay, so politics. Are you excited this year? Because I get to vote this year. Like, and I'm not too psyched about it. Like not to touch on like
I
political views, but like this shit sucks, bro. I'm so tired of
Yeah.
it because if I get on here, people are like, "Hey, who'd you vote for?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I voted for Robert Downey Jr." And then they're gonna be like, "Ah,
Yeah, they're gonna have
yeah,
something to say.
yeah,
Me, I'm gonna talk to anybody on here. I don't care. I know it's important. I know you're gonna give me that whole spiel. You're gonna be in my ear talking about how you should vote. Your voice matters. Motherfucker, don't. If I
yeah."
pick
See,
A and then B gets elected, my thought process, my whole opinions out the window. I'm gonna be my one vote, even if it is the contributing factor to somebody being elected. I'm still gonna have to live the life that I have, regardless of any situations. But I will say this on TikTok. What's his name's grandson or son?
Oh, RFK Jr. I fucking vibe
Yeah,
with that guy. I
yeah.
love
No,
that dude.
he's been cooking. I will say that he was talking about the American dream and all that stuff. You know how back in the '60s and '70s, yeah, we're going through racism and sexism and all that stuff.
I didn't go through racism.
We didn't,
What do you
but
we? There ain't no we. No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't here, sir. Anyways,
Oh,
but yeah,
oh, that's what you were talking about. My bad. I just made a racist joke for no. I thought you were talking about we as in white and white. I was like we, but you meant like we weren't born in the '60s. Okay, my bad. My bad. I'm a that
anyways,
was a bad taste.
I was cooking with what he's saying, but I think the whole spiel of campaigning is just a hodgepodge of bullshit.
Yeah.
They're going to tell the people what they want to hear, and then they're
Mm-hmm.
going to only follow through with half of what they say that they're
I
going to do.
wonder. I wonder if RFK Jr. is only around because, like, I don't know if you were familiar with this, but I think it was. I think it was this guy named like Al Gore versus like George Bush or something like that. And the only reason why, like, I don't know if it was Bush. I'm not too educated on it, but it was somebody like that. And we'll just say it's Bush. And I
Yeah,
think Bush beat Al Gore only because there was an independent guy who took away half the votes.
yeah.
So I
You think
wonder.
he's
I
going to
want.
be the guy that's just like
Yeah,
very
he takes
lucid?
away. He takes away some of the like the Democratic vote. And then
Hmm.
now it's like Trump wins in a landslide, and then it's like
Yeah,
why? And then you go and look, and it's 25% Biden, 25%, RFK Jr.,
yeah,
50% Trump. I wonder if that would be a thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, we don't even go off populace; we go off electoral college. So I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but either way, I will say this: I don't know about Biden. Me being an adult and not on scholarship money and having to deal with the housing crisis, the recession that we're kind of in right now,
Mm-hmm.
uh, inflation skyrocketing, gas prices skyrocketing, cost of living is through the roof. People are moving back in with their parents, things like that. Um, it's getting to a point to where people aren't able to sustain independent lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a lot of them. I wouldn't say a lot because like I've been reluctant enough to have like all my friends just make it out for themselves respectively. But I do know people out there that had to move back home after their track careers because of all this stuff going on.
Yeah,
Not being
bro.
able to afford it. But yeah,
Bro,
it's
like thinking about like all of that, like that's what kind of scares me the most. Like that's the only reason why, like that's the only like valid argument in my opinion, because everything else is just kind of like hearsay, like he said, she said, I believe this, you believe that, like type of deal with politics. Like that's the only thing that I think is like valid. Like this economy sucks
yeah,
so
it
bad.
does. It
Terrible,
does.
bro. Like I'm out here making my own money. My dad's like, have fun, spend your own money. And I'm like, okay. So I'm spending my own money and my money's going quick. And
Hmm.
I'm over here buying bananas and they're like $7. Like what the hell?
It's
A
crazy.
fucking bag of
It's
bananas,
crazy.
$7. That's almost an hour of my work, dog. That's 30 minutes of my work for a bag of bananas. That's bullshit. Okay. And then I'm over here like, you know what I really want to have tonight? I'm gonna have some steak, some chicken, some broccoli, some rice. We'll make a stir fry, get some teriyaki sauce, get some butter. $100
Yeah, that's
for
$100,
a
bro,
meal.
for a meal, for one meal.
What the hell?
It's crazy, bro, and it's
You're
just
like,
like it's opened my
you're like,
eyes.
yeah,
Gradually.
bro. Yeah. And then like you're like, okay, I'll go get fast food, and then you go to fast food and then you're like, hey, it's cheap. Like McDonald's is like $3. Okay, that's dope. But then now I'm also gonna die of coronary artery disease. Like, thanks. Thanks, McDonald's.
It's a lose-lose situation. You
You're
either
either
want to
making
be
100.
healthy and broke, or on the uh, on the verge of death and
Yeah, you're
being
you're either
happy.
on the verge of death or on the verge of death. Two
Yeah,
completely different sides of the spectrum. You're either anorexic or you're obese. No in between.
yes.
No in
Yeah,
between.
no,
I mean, you
it's
still
it's a
looking good
it's a
though. I
tough
mean, you
life.
you still getting the McDonald's onto your plate, huh?
Trying to,
Badass.
trying to. I have my indulgences. I most definitely just been cooking. I actually just got done cooking
Right.
not too long ago. I had some fried rice and then some grilled grounded chicken.
There you go, bro. That's dope.
Simple,
I've been
simple.
trying to. Yeah, bro, like, I found that, like, whenever I eat my own food that I buy, like, in different ingredients and I put together, like, that always makes me feel better the next day. Like, if I go out and I go get me a chicken sandwich, whatever. But if I go home and I make my own chicken sandwich, I always feel, I mean, it may not taste better, but I always feel better. Like, my stomach doesn't hurt. I'm not having, like, explosive diarrhea. Like
Yeah,
I'm always just feeling better after. And so, like, that's what I always find kinda weird is, like, I don't know. I just feel better. I feel better like whenever I cook my own food.
it cleans your system out, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, especially whenever you get older, you come into contact with different factors, determining your day to day sleep, water intake, nutrition, things like that. Like that
You are the only
metabolism.
reason why I drink water. Like you over here, yeah, I start my day with 20 ounces of water and then I drink whatever I want to drink. And then there it is. And like I've been sipping on water here recently because I've been remembering that. And it made me feel so much. I'm sleeping like a baby again, dog.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, it does help with sleep for sure. Um, yeah, no,
Weird.
your sister put me onto that. She actually got me this. Uh, yeah, no, fill that puppy up. Drink about 2.5 of those a day, and I'm good. It
Damn.
helps you keep on track of what you're doing.
I bet only thing though is water like unironically and low key kind of surprisingly is a piss magnet. I
A
be
piss
pissing
magnet, yeah,
all
for
the
sure.
time.
That's why you got to get your electrolytes in, man. It's because you're peeing out those minerals and vitamins that
Really?
are very big. Yeah. So if your pee is clear as day, that's not a good sign because you're peeing out all the electrolytes and minerals that your body needs. So you kind of want it to be like a lighter lemonade yellow, not like deep yellow, but like yellow to where you're like, okay, I've drank some water today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it. A lot of people think like if you just pound water all day, that's a good thing. No, you gotta have some electrolytes in your system.
Okay, so I'll note that. Like I'll drink probably what do you think like one packet of like liquid IV a day would be all right?
Yeah, no, that's perfect, bro. I would
Okay.
never exceed two at the most, unless you're just you're working out or anything. Now on a workout day, you most definitely probably need two, but one whenever you're just chilling. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay. Okay. See, listen. Most people don't know this about me. I'm a personal trainer. All right. I'm sexy. I'm hot. All right. And I know my shit. But there's some
Best in the
shit
business right here,
that
sir. Best in the business right here,
hey,
people.
I don't even practice anymore, bro. Like I quit my shit. I quit my job. I was getting so tired of that shit. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah,
Peace. You know that meme? Have a good day. That
but you're
Shaq.
certified though.
I'm certified. I'm a certified hustler.
Certified,
I'm a certified dog. I'm
certified,
also a
bro.
certified personal trainer. Yeah, I had a couple clients, and there's just stuff that I know. Like I give dietary advice and all those different things, and I can give advice about stuff. But like this, like for what you just said to me, like I didn't even know that. I'm like that makes sense. That makes sense. Why like I'm drinking all this water, I'm feeling good. But then again, it's kind of like maybe I'm peeing a little too much. That makes sense. It's just going straight through me. There's no
Yep.
absorption.
Mhm.
That makes
Yeah, bro.
sense.
It took me till my junior year in college to figure that out. Not even figure that out. I was told that by an athletic trainer. But
Hmm.
yeah, the more you know, bro.
There's going to be someone in the comments that's talking about some. He is wrong. Actually, the scientific literature
Actually,
says. Yeah, you got that nerd alert, and it's like okay, well, no offense, bro, no offense, but I'm gonna
leave
trust the
that for
guy
your
at
mom.
LSU. Yeah, yeah. Leave that to your mom.
Leave
Why
that
are
for
you
your
drinking
mom.
so much electrolytes? Are you on steroids?
Yeah, I'm just don't take my
On that
don't
creatine.
take my facts as the Bible. Sometimes I just be chatting, but I do know a little something about a little something. Do know a little
So
something
you
about a
know
little
what's something
something.
interesting that I figured out was on my
What's
camera. Okay, so like everything is different, right? So everything is wavelength and hertz, which is a
hmm
an energy give off, right? So
Yeah.
in different parts of the world, different light bulbs give off different hertz. So like in Texas, the standard is like 60 hertz is what like there's like
Mm.
a flicker, right? Like you ever go on a cruise
Yeah,
ship and you video in slow motion, there's a flicker in the lights. It's because it's like not really going on and off, but it's the way that the frequency works.
yeah,
So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get my camera set up a couple years ago, and like in the background, it's just going like this. I'm like, what the hell? And so then I was just all of a sudden just change it to 50 hertz and it worked beautifully because now it's on a different wavelength. But
yeah.
I looked it up the other day and just somehow I just figured that shit out. But it was that since everything is like so like on different like wavelengths and everything, if you have everything set on the same wavelength, they're going to be like it's going to be like trying to video an LCD or a one of those old static monitors or whatever they're called. What are they called?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What
Talking about
you know what I'm
those
talking about?
telegraphs or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the tele. It's like an old television,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
where
yeah. I know what you're
it's
talking about. I know
static
what you're talking
and it
about.
like
Yeah,
makes you
those
makes
glass
your hairs go up.
TVs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And whenever you try to video that, and like that's an example of it. Like if they're on the same hertz or they were different, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
it's
But
the
yeah,
influxes of the waves. But
yeah,
yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
yeah. No, so like I mean, I think I
That's
might be able
crazy.
to give an example. Actually, this is kind of whack, but this is kind of a whack thing to put on a pod. But
It's a nice
uh,
little science experiment.
facts. Okay, here we go. So now I have it on 50. And hold on, wait. So now whenever I get in, there's gonna be like, oh my gosh, is it not doing it now? I look like an absolute buffoon.
You look crazy.
I look crazy. Well, maybe it's this right here. I got a ring light that I don't have on. Maybe it's
Yeah.
that was causing it. But anyways, let me change it back to 50. Okay. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting though, because like in my old pods, I was having like flickering in the background. I figured that out. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Hmm.
My foot is
Hmm.
asleep. I'm gonna be struggling. Dude, do you ever go to sleep and you wake up and like you wake up and your shoulder down is numb?
Yep.
Have you ever had that happen to you?
Yeah,
Bro,
I have
I
my
had that happen to
hand
me
like
for
I'm
the
like
first
this.
time. I had that happen to me for the first time in like ever. And I had it happen to me like 4 months ago. Bro, I'm sleeping. I wake up and I'm like, dang, my arm's asleep. That's kind of funny. And so then I roll over in bed and this is all I feel. I was like,
You
what the
can't
fuck?
even move it.
And I get up and it's just dangling and I'm just doing like this. I'm like,
Yeah. Dog, it's scary, especially whenever it's one of the more intense ones. You can't move it. Like you have to
yes,
physically like get
yes.
it to wake up.
Pick it. Yes. I was
Yeah. No,
smacking
it's
mine against my leg. Dog.
literally thought I was
Jaron,
gonna have to lose the arm.
bro, dude, I was freaking out. Jaron, my cousin, by the way, he was telling me how one time his leg was asleep. His
Mm.
leg went completely asleep, and he woke up and his leg was just numb from the hip down, and it freaked him out so bad. He was like he
Oh
woke
yeah.
up and he couldn't move his leg, and he said he started beating it. He started like beating his leg awake.
That blood flow, bro. You cutting off that circulation, dog. It starts doing some funny things.
Some funny things, them nerve endings, dog. All righty,
Facts.
Mr. Ashton. I had a great time with you today. I'll be
Same
probably
here,
getting you
bro.
on again sometime soon, like talk football, whatever. But I
Yeah, make
appreciate you.
sure y'all get familiar with me. I'll most definitely be back here soon. For
I
sure.
hope this is the one that blows me up. If not, you're never coming back.
I'm
No,
never
I'm
coming
gonna
back.
no, bro. I got this other guy. His name's Kyle, and he runs a channel called. He used to run a channel called Survival Prepping for Normal People. Had hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views, and he's a guy who goes to my gym. And he's a chill ass dude. And he said he was gonna get on, and he hasn't gotten back to me about it. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Gotta be
But I
that
mean,
guy.
it,
You gotta be that
hey,
guy.
yeah.
Gotta
So
be
I'm gonna
that
get him
guy.
on, and I'm gonna put his name in the title, and it's gonna be golden.
Oh yeah, nah. That would be a good one. I might not be the guy that just gets you to blow up. He might be the one,
I,
you know.
I wonder if I put, like Blitz and Bits, or no, like it'd be like Ashton Hicks talks about going from LS D1 LSU to strength and condition, something like that. Like, I wonder how
Yeah.
that would do maybe. And then I got my chapters and all that. What do
Yeah.
you think?
No, I mean that'll probably do it. I'll probably do it for sure. At least get some traction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Go follow Ashton on socials. Ashton, shout yourself out.
Ashton Hicks _ on all platforms. So
Damn.
shouldn't be that hard. I
Damn.
appreciate it, Ryan, for sure.
Of course, bro. Take care, guys.
Yes, sir.